Thanks for watching Peace, Love, and Guns today. We've got a very special treat for you. This is the P365 by Sig. It is their newest in a line of truly subcompact 9mm pistols.
So they're actually calling this micro compact?
Micro compact.
Is what they actually called it on their website.
Interesting. So, and I find that interesting that they come up with a new naming convention for it, because for so long in the firearms industry, we've been calling guns subcompact that are essentially just slightly smaller full-size guns. So this is truly, to use Sig's terminology, a micro compact. You're looking at a barrel that's 2.5 or 3 inches long.
Didn't look at the specs.
Not looking up the specs either. So this is my finger, and you can see that the breech is there. The barrel probably starts about there, and it's about that long. So that's pretty cool. See how it looks in the hand? The thing that is so compelling about this to me is that it is a gun that is this big, and I don't have large hands for a guy. And with this size in mind, it holds 10 rounds in the magazine. Sig has figured out the special sauce, and they've made a truly compact, almost full-size capability gun, from what I understand. So 10 rounds in the magazine, plus 1 in the pipe. I mean, it definitely feels like there's a chunk of steel there, but this is pretty compelling for a concealed carry piece. And one thing I noticed immediately is forward and rear cocking serrations. They feel really good, they're not too sharp, and the strength required to pull that slide back and load the round is not bad. In
most subcompacts that I sell to people, that's the biggest complaint I get, is that their wives or whatever cannot handle pulling back the slide.
Yeah, cocking strength required, not considerable. Now, taking a sight picture here, this big, bold green dot, it's very bright. It's coming with night sights from the factory stock. You've got a flat rear face on the back, so that if you're one of those guys that likes to cock it off the side of your boot or your holster in the event of a malfunction, you've got that capability. Hooray! It's also got sight serrations on it to reduce glare if you're getting sunlight from behind, or alternate light sources like flashlights and whatnot around you. And of course, it's got night sights from factory, which is really awesome.
Their MSRP is about $550 if I'm remembering properly.
Which is?
With night sights and with 2 mags and how good the gun is so far, I'm liking the price on it. It's comparable to the Glock 43 in pricing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So.
And with 4 more rounds in the magazine. So let's go ahead and give her a shot. Okay, so it's got some snap. You kind of got to hold on to it. What?
That's hot.
Huh.
That was probably the ammo. In seriousness, that was probably the ammo.
There was no malfunction.
There wasn't?
No, I was counting, and I thought I had counted 10 shots, and I checked the chamber, and I was like, did it extract the last round? And then I pulled it back a little bit further, and I saw that copper peeking out at me, and I was like, I have 1 more round left.
Really didn't think it was going to be that small, like legitimately. If you don't quit.
Yeah, it's quite a bit smaller than I imagined it would be.
Yeah, it's a cool, tiny
So you haven't had one of these before? You haven't handled one?
I have not handled one before.
I thought you wanted it for a reason. I didn't know that you hadn't.
The 10+1 magazine capacity and something that's about the same size as a Glock 43 is a pretty compelling argument that it's awesome.
What does the Glock 43 hold?
The Glock 43 holds 6+1, if I'm not mistaken, of 9mm. This is 10 plus 1.
Yeah, looking at the mag, I kind of didn't believe it because it's tiny.
It is.
That is a fucking very noticeable green dot. Have you seen it in the sun?
That's sweet.
Like, I was gonna get big dots on that, but I don't know if I'm gonna bother if they look like that. Like, serious. Don't know. That cat's about to take off.
Sorry, darkness. Horsey.
You alright? True story. I like that.
What are your initial impressions besides liking it?
I mean, the recoil is definitely heavy for a 9mm, which is to be expected out of something so small. But, you know, that being said, it's really compared to like that featherweight, compared to that featherweight.
I'm just saying, hold it up here so we can see it too.
Compared to the featherweight, lightweight, scandium frame 38 Special 357, its recoil is negligible.
So standing right next to it, I noticed that there's quite a bit of concussion, which is to be expected from a short barrel 9mm.
Here, I could tell it was loud. Not bad though.
Yeah.
Like,
so being the shooter, it was loud, not unbearably so with hearing protection.
No, I'm good. So
you don't want to be in front of it, that's for sure.
No, I'm thinking about getting one of these for myself.
These are the magazines that you get.
These came in the box stock from Sig. So the difference is obviously it's got a nice, and I can actually get all of my fingers on there, which I don't have massive hands, but normally on a gun this size I'm hanging off. Whereas if we switch this one out, I mean obviously it's meant for more, but my finger just can't get the grip there. So that little, that's definitely the mag I will be carrying around. The other one. Yeah. This one.
Made in the US of A. My first impressions of the gun are, it's snappy, which is to be expected out of a subcompact gun. You saw my hand come off of it. I kind of let it stay off for a second, so I wanted to pause, kind of show that. You need to hold on to it, for sure. It's not as snappy as the... It's definitely not as snappy as the XDS and 45, but still there. You want to make sure that you've got good pressure of the support hand on the gun and that you've got a good squeeze on it, because otherwise it's going to recoil and you're going to be left with grabbing air with this hand.
Even with that, it did not jam, and that was probably what, 11th round out of the box?
Yep.
And the ammo is slightly corroded, as can be seen.
Hello.
They may have been left in an outdoor vehicle for a few weeks. So
yeah, so we're clearly not using the best quality ammo, and a new gun with tight tolerances. We're not having any issue with feeding, which is cool, right out of the box.
I'm not a Sig fanboy. You're a Sig fanboy. Shut up.
I'm not a Sig fanboy. You're a Sig fanboy.
We all are. We're going to the meeting.
In several of my videos, I wear a Sig hat.
Nice. I'm bleeding.
But I got that for free, so I like to wear free stuff. Hashtag peace, love, and guns. Send me free stuff.
So I was going to get shot with the Band-Aid.
I need more bullets.
There's one more. Yeah, I couldn't get the last two in before I started bleeding. I don't want to bleed all over the gun.
You'll be alright.
Thank you, sir. See, I need Band-Aid.
So one thing we noticed is that the magazine is kind of difficult to put bullets in, right out of the box at least.
I made an oopsie.
Somebody cut themselves.
Yeah, that's my own fault.
She says it's her own fault. We're going to give Sig the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, I'm still bleeding.
Don't do what Johnny Don't does.
Exactly.
Don't do what Joni Don't does. Don't get shot by Nicole.
That too. Here, I'll go over
Is Nicole likely to shoot me?
If you keep on like that, no. Maybe.
You see me hiding behind you, so.
Nice.
That's rude. Hey, if I wanted to shoot you, I would have done it by now. Probably need to do this first.
How did you feel?
Wait.
Oh, smack that.
Yeah?
Now, do you have one in the chamber?
Yeah. Let me double check.
You also
Yeah.
have a.
Now I do for sure.
You also have a loaded chamber
Viewport
here.
That's cool. That's
So-
really helpful right now. I can see it.
If
Yep,
you have enough
it's
light,
shiny.
it works well.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I like it so far. Woohoo! Take that, Dirt Hill. Ooh, those went pretty high. That's it? Okay, got it. Cool. Yeah, pretty happy so far. It takes a little bit to set back to where you're aiming, which, you know, you kind of expect, so it's all good. Very cool. I would definitely carry this.
I like it so far.
I'm
I really
happy
like what I've
overall.
seen.
Yeah, I don't see anything I can complain about. I'm thinking about switching to something smaller, so this might be good. Because I have a great carry purse, but this would also be good if I want an option to carry on my person. So, very good.
purse.
I will kill you.
As some of you know that follow Peace, Love, and Guns on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Pornhub, as well as YouTube,
That's hot.
you may know that I am reviewing the Urban Carry G2 Cadet. And, well,
Ooh,
I won't
baby, ooh,
spoil the
baby.
surprise just yet. I'm carrying a P32 inside of it, which is a smaller pistol. But something that's kind of cool is
Very nice.
it fits in the Urban Carry G2. This is the smallest Urban Carry holster that they make. I would probably go up one size because of the trigger guard issue here, but it is mostly functional with a pistol this size. So pretty cool. Expect the full review on that very shortly.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Oh baby, oh baby. It's not the size, it's what you do with it.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
These
record
are
all of
priceless
this.
moments in baby's life.
That's right, baby's first tiny micro gun.
You ready, baby? Bang, bang, bang!
Please don't pull
Put
a
your
gem.
headphones on.
I did actually not remember to do that.
Okay, one thing to note about this is loading the magazines is
You're going to want a loading helper.
it's a little bit more difficult than standard. If you're going to be doing a lot of shooting in one day, you might consider having like a Lula mag loader or something like that to assist with that, because you can see that pushing down on those cartridges requires quite a bit of pressure.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll loosen up a little bit, and
Oh, there you go.
it'll probably be better if we're not using corroded ammo. But, so yeah, in all fairness, it would probably be better if we weren't using corroded ammo, but you can see that takes quite a bit of force.
Yeah, and I usually don't have that much trouble with it. So
It has a lot
being
to do with how small the mag is, and the pressure of the spring. And all
They are
that.
really cramming them in there to get 10.
Yeah.
yes.
So, typically with guns, the smaller the mechanism, the heavier the spring tends to be.
Typically, yeah.
So, which is why I'm surprised how light the slide is.
I'd be curious to know if any of you out there with P365s have trouble loading the magazines day one. I'm curious to know if anybody out there has shot their 365 a bunch, what it kind of looks like as far as how difficult they are to load after 1,000 rounds through the gun or whatnot. So post down in the comments.
For real, I am liking these stock sights quite a bit.
Part of the reason I bought the FNS was because it didn't need anything to be done with it out of the box. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. There's no reason to change the sights out.
On a personal level, if I get myself one, which it's looking likely, I want to switch out the trigger.
Really? To what?
The same people who do the Sig Legion stuff, they've got a trigger for it out already, a straight one.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I'll let you spend money on it first. I'm actually pretty happy with the stock trigger on this. It's a P365 P320-ish, which is to say it's pretty much an outstanding trigger out of the box.
I vastly prefer it over Glock triggers. I've had a lot of experience with those, and out of the box it's much better than a Glock trigger is.
And I've never really had a problem with Glock triggers, but...
To each their own sort of thing?
Yeah, but to be clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with the Glock trigger out of the box. It's completely functional and usable.
Absolutely.
And that's the same with the P320 and now the P365, but this feels a lot better.
Agreed. Sights are normally the first thing I switch out on the handgun because I can't see worth the diddly but these actually have a really nice big dot on the front, which I'm liking quite a bit.
They are very nice.
I agree. I really like that.
You want to get that sight picture?
Happy.
I don't know if you can see it on there.
Yeah, well, you know, with the whole the camera.
I am impressed with the sights on this, which is not a thing I normally say about a gun out of the box.
So this is a P365?
Yes.
So it's like they're trying to be like cool, like Microsoft 365. You know, they got.
I think they're trying to be cool. Like
360.
this is the gun that you're going to carry 365 days out of the year
Yeah.
because it is super capable and it's super small. It's that right size of. It's not too big that I'm actually not going to carry it, and it's not too small that it's f***ing worthless.
I'm definitely going to try it out as a pocket carry first. Like, it's going to replace my revolver if I can.
So that might work for you. Definitely a little bit, little too big for my pockets, I think.
I don't think so, actually.
You don't think so?
Take out the skimmeter real quick.
Let's give it. He's talking about the cold steel Talwar, which is that big. The review to come soon. It'll be an extended use review. Yeah, my knife is bigger than this gun. But to be fair, this is a huge knife. Oh, I'm with you. So here we have the 365 with the. Why don't we go ahead and use the flush fitting magazine? I'll put it. So keep in mind, I've got the Urban Carry G2 stuffed into my trousers right here with a P32 in it. And even though that's the case...
I mean, with a good pocket holster, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
absolutely perfect.
This is not the recommended way of doing this, by the way. But just to show you the size, it goes in there.
Hey, kids, cock a gun before you try to pew-pew.
I almost did that too.
Uh-oh. Cool. What happened there? What was that?
Shitty round. Hit it. I broke it.
Nice.
So the reset to shoot is right on the money. Like, it's got a reset. The moment you put pressure back on it, it goes. Yeah, you can see it's got a little mud on it, which is why I didn't.
Okay.
Hey, what do you think about my test of this gun?
Let's do it. I'm sure your customer would like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hit.
But in all fairness, these were left outside and it probably has water seeped into it. Come closer, dear. Come closer. All right, so now I'm going to have the pleasure of trying with the Finger Groove magazine.
Tear it up.
My impressions on the accuracy of this thing. I feel like I'm shooting this every bit as good as my full size.
I suck with pistol shooting, and the fact that I was well under a normal paper plate size And it makes me pretty happy with how small it is.
So you guys at home probably could not have seen what we're shooting at, but we were shooting at a piece of 2x4 that had been cut off, so it's about yay big. And we're probably 21 feet away right now. And I was hitting it every single time until it disappeared.
I was not, but at the same time I hit it, so.
Hey! Put that in the barbecue with you. We'll get you a little mesquite.
That's definitely
treated wood.
Pretty sure
cancer.
that's pine
Yummy.
and treated lumber. So
something else that you might like about the pistol is it's got this nice texturing on it that's not too aggressive, but
it's definitely grippy, without a doubt.
Definitely grippy, very tractionable, and it's not hard on the eyes. It looks good.
I would say it's very akin to skateboard tape.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that it's going to take your skin off feel to it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
And another thing that I like about this is they don't put any right here where the thumb goes. That kind of, that doesn't feel good on the knuckle. So
No,
I don't know
it
why
doesn't.
people do that, but
To each their own,
to each their own.
and they can keep it.
Yeah.
They can keep it.
And right here. Basically anywhere the gun's likely to move just a little bit.
Cool.
Probably the only criticism that I can level about the P365, and it's very minor.
It doesn't come in a box of 3 for $500.
That is actually one of them too, yeah. It'd be great if that was the case. So probably the only thing that I could level criticism on is the magazine release is not ambidextrous.
It might be switchable. I haven't checked.
It's definitely switchable looking at it.
It definitely
from
looks
here.
like it. Absolutely.
But the FNS has spoiled me. I really like the way they've designed their magazine release, and I think more companies should kind of pick that up. But that's the only complaint I have on this thing. This extractor, I bet you that sticks out when it's loaded.
It is a possibility. Definitely do not check.
Let's see if I can get that in there. Nope. So this does have an external extractor. Unlike a lot of guns that have external extractors nowadays, this one does not protrude in such a way that you can chamber check it. They include the little chamber port so that you can look in there, and assuming you have enough light, you can see that there's a cartridge in there. Very favorable first impressions on the Sig P365.
I like it.
Today we want to extend a special thanks to Nicole and William of Gray Fox Ranch for letting us come out and shoot again. We always appreciate them. And we want to thank the mysterious donor for letting us test this pistol out. I'm really excited about it, and I think I might have to come up with a budget to bring one home myself.
Comment about the faux hawk. Do you like the faux hawk?
Do you like the faux hawk? Do these pants make me look fat? Do you want to see a review on the Cold Steel Talwar that's as big as my forearm? Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, share, and maybe consider donating on Patreon. Check us out on Twitter, Pornhub, Snapchat. I'm not kidding about Pornhub. We're really on Pornhub. Do it.
Do it. Check
Just
it
don't
out.
like your mom see it.
They have all kinds of other fun stuff there too.
Your mom would love to see it.
Yeah. Tell your grandma about us.